Hi, it's the Hello, it's the Irish Gypsy here to deliver you your December 2016 mid-month readings. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting. The last few of them are a couple of days late, but the house has been hit with the flu bug and just lots of stuff going on. So thank you for your patience in waiting for these last few ones. So I am using the Gilded Tarot deck as usual, drawing 8 cards with an additional ninth card from the bottom of the deck for overall energy and advice, even though we're basically focusing more on the last half of December rather than the month in its entirety. I'm still going to use the same number of cards. Make sure to watch your rising and your moon sign as well. You may find that they give you additional insights into what's going on in your life, or they may play out more predictively for you than your primary sun sign because these are general readings and there's a lot of you watching. So, of course, they're not going to mean the same thing to everyone who watches. So, try to watch your sun, moon, and rising if you can to get as whole a picture as possible. Thank you for continuing to watch and listen and subscribe. Welcome to any newcomers that are here today with us. Welcome to you. And thank you very much for your feedback and support. Keep those comments coming. I do love reading them. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Christmas so far. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you who celebrate those holidays. Thank you also to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. A pleasure and an honor always, and I'm so very grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information and my email address. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week, so I'm able to get back with you quite quickly. And current turnaround time is anywhere from a couple of days, upwards of 2 weeks. Even though holidays are a pretty busy time, I do still have openings left between now and the end of the year and would be delighted to work with you or a friend. I always get a lot of requests at during the holiday season for gift readings for people as they do make lovely and unique personal gifts for Christmas and birthdays and whatnot. And I do also offer a 24 card spread, 75-minute yearly overview, which you can order at any time during the year. It just covers 12 months from the time of the reading, but it always seems to be quite popular at the end of the year in looking at the new year ahead. So again, if you're interested, just email me and we will go from there. So moving right into this reading is for Scorpio for December 2016, mid-month. What does the remainder of December 2016, and in fact the end of the year itself, have in store for the water sign of Scorpio? What does the Scorpion need to know for the remainder of December? Guidance, feedback, advice, clarity, any messages from Spirit for the water sign of Scorpio for the remainder of December 2016. Okay, we begin Scorpio with the Devil paired with Temperance. Two completely contradictory energies. Balance, Scorpio. Next to that, we have the Six of Wands, followed by the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, accompanied by the Four of Pentacles, and at the end of the month, the Three of Cups paired with the Five of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the World. Wow, beautiful energy. So it's already kind of coming through pretty clear. I feel like a lot of you, of course, the specifics will play out differently because there's a lot of you watching and it is a general reading. But I feel like a lot of you are kind of around the middle of the month. There's a sense, kind of a dichotomy, a sense of maybe going up and down, back and forth. It feels like uh, a lot of you are kind of having difficulty with harmony and balance because we have combination of two major arcana cards which have completely different energies, the Devil and Temperance. So the Devil is about imbalance, the scales being out of balance. It can represent addictions as well, conventional addictions like drugs, alcohol, etc., unhealthy relationships. Just the scales being out of balance. This could be too much work, overwork, too much play, too much partying during the holiday season. But something is out of balance, and the struggle is in maintaining balance in whatever's going on with your life right now, because the devil is accompanied by temperance, which is a card of balance, harmony, peace being restored. This is a card about finding your center, your grounding, kind of getting in touch with whatever your source is, of spirit is, and being connected with that, and not allowing any outside circumstances or people or situations to kind of sway you. My analogy for the temperance card is a seesaw or a teeter totter. When you're on either of the outside end of those, you're at the mercy of the elements, the weather, situations, people, swinging up and down, losing your balance, falling off. But when you go to the center of that seesaw or teeter totter, it doesn't matter what's going on the outside end. Um, this is all about keeping your balance. It doesn't really matter who or what comes along, even if your outside circumstances are chaotic or challenging or turbulent, you're able to keep your stability and your balance because you're centered. You found your center. And that's what's going to help you kind of overcome, for some of you, this sense of being up and down, things being kind of perhaps just chaotic and very turbulent. We are in the holiday season as well, and this can play out, whatever it is that's out of balance or that you're struggling with balance with, Scorpio. I mean, it could be anything. We have two pentacles, we have two cups, we have one wands and one sword. So in terms of elemental energy, it's, it could be job or career. It could be finances for some of you. I feel like finances are a struggle for some of you. It could be relationship issues. Some of you, it's dwelling on the past. The holidays can sometimes be a difficult time for people, particularly if, you don't have a lot of friends or family around. It can be kind of a challenging, emotionally challenging time for people. But it's really quite strongly about just finding your balance and your center. And it looks like for you, Spirit is indicating that actually being with people that you enjoy being with people that you feel authentic with, that validate who you are, is going to help you quite a bit for those of you who are struggling with kind of keeping your balance and maybe feeling a little emotionally sad at this time. For some of you, or just that are finding your schedule or your pace very challenging. Next to that, we have the Six of Wands paired with the Five of Pentacles. So we have fire energy here. Fire governs the suit of wands, and the suit of wands is all about creating, building, manifesting energy, change, movement, action, power. The Six of Wands is it's a beautiful card. It's a card of victory and triumph, and it's also a card of recognition, of being acknowledged for your efforts. And some of you may be being publicly recognized for everything that you've put into something, particularly if you've been I mean, this could be something that's not emotionally challenging so much as it is maybe some of you are involved with a project, you're overworking, it's the holiday season, and it's just, I think for some of you, maybe your schedule's just very challenging. You're up and down all over the place. There's the emotions of the holiday. Sometimes we have family come in, and sometimes family dynamics can be difficult to deal with if you have family staying with you or if you're staying with family. Again, what it is specifically is going to play out differently for all of you watching. But there is a sense that what you're going to find the most helpful, Scorpio, is actually, number one, some of you, it's making the effort to be with people in a celebratory mood, spending time with people that you feel connected with, that you feel good with, and also taking the time to acknowledge, perhaps reflect back over the last year, which is pretty normal to do at the end of the year. We like to kind of maybe take a look back and reflect over the year and give yourself some pats on the back and some acknowledgement in what you've done, because your overall energy is the world card. This is a card of completion, of reaching the top of a mountain, the end of the year, and taking time to stop for a minute and reflect back over the path at everything you've done, everything you've been through, everything you've learned, all your efforts, whether you succeeded or failed at things, there's always lessons to be learned, and taking time to actually acknowledge who you are, your value, your worth, your skills. Some of you are at kind of a completion point. Um, where you've completed something successfully and it's been quite a challenge for you. And some of you, this energy is just a natural energy that a lot of people find themselves in at the end of the year in reflecting back over the previous year. But for those of you who are really maybe struggling during this time, the advice is being around people that make you feel good and that help kind of celebrate who you are, and also taking the time for you yourself to reflect back and acknowledge everything that you've done this year, everything you've been through, everything you've accomplished, all the effort and time and work and love that you've put into anything and everything. That's going to help you kind of overcome this imbalance for those of you who are struggling with you. And also for those of you who may be feeling a little isolated or shut out somehow, because that Six of Wands crowns the Five of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, which often manifests in the physical realm that we live in things like money, finances, job, resources, tangible earthly things. The Five of Pentacles can represent financial restrictions, feeling like, you may be going through some financial difficulties right now, and holidays can always be difficult too financially. In an emotional sense or relationship sense, it can just feel maybe insufficient and not good enough, kind of lacking in some way, or feeling isolated and set apart from other people. And again, I know that for some people, the holiday season, particularly if you don't have like a lot of family around you, it can sometimes be lonely for people, or people who've maybe gone through a recent breakup. It can be an emotionally challenging time, and this energy for some people can represent Scorpio feeling a bit isolated from, watching everybody else celebrating this holiday season and being surrounded by a lot of family and friends. But again, what's going to help you overcome that is acknowledgement, validation of yourself, both by you and by the people around you that appreciate you and value you for who you are. Taking some time out to do that. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially those of you who have been working very hard, really investing a lot of yourself in something, whether it's work or a project or your family, it's time to kind of slow down a little bit, take a breather, relax, and actually take some time to enjoy yourself, is what Spirit is saying. We also have the combination of the Four of Swords paired with the Four of Pentacles. Stable foundations. Again, harmony and balance is, sorry, my nose is itching. Harmony and balance is the key and the challenge, it looks like, for the next couple of weeks. The Four of Swords is a card of rest, respite, recovery, recuperation, withdrawing, taking some time out to just relax, take a deep breath. Sometimes this card comes up and people have been, overworking themselves, overstressing themselves about something, or embroiled in some kind of conflict, because it's also a card with the advice attached to it of withdrawing from conflict temporarily, at least, to take a time out, respite, recuperation, and also to take a second quiet look at a situation. Now it's paired with the Four of Pentacles, so we have more earth energy here. The Four of Pentacles is a card, and we have these two fours together, which can represent stability or stagnation. I feel like for you, Scorpio, it's more about stability for you. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on to the foundations of what you have. For those of you who are going through maybe some financial difficulties or feeling like finances are really tight right now, especially next to the Five of Pentacles, this is a card with the advice about being careful with your money. Even though it's the holiday season, there's always a temptation to go out and buy a bunch of presents and things like that. The Four of Pentacles would be advice to be very careful about your spending and not to make decisions based on, particularly financial decisions based on emotions and feelings. Be careful with your money, because this does represent holding on to the foundations of what you built. Sometimes it can represent holding on a little too tightly, being too guarded or closed off, particularly in an emotional way. Again, for those of you who may be going through an emotionally challenging time right now during the holiday season, there may be this feeling already isolated, maybe a little lonely. There may be a temptation to kind of deliberately keep yourself that way, but definitely this combination would be to, it's time to kind of relax, recuperate, and maybe open up a little bit, because at the end of the month, we have a very similar message to that Six of Wands and Five of Pentacles, acknowledging yourself. Take, be kind of focused and intentional, and be with other people, particularly towards the end of this month, the end of the year, around people that accept you for who you are, that you feel very connected, very good, very comfortable, because we have the energy of the Three of Cups and the Five of Cups at the end of the month. Now, Cups is the suit it's governed by the element of water, and it's a suit all about our feelings, emotions, relationships, love. And the Three of Cards is a celebratory card. It's a card of with a strong social energy to it, about being with people, a group of people, particularly a specific group of people that you feel kind of a kinship with, you feel connected with. These are people that you don't have to pretend with, that know you for who you are, that appreciate and love you and value you for who you are. A very strong social celebratory theme. And there may be something to celebrate too at the end of the year, particularly those of you who have been through some kind of struggle or challenge or healing from heartache for some of you, and coming through that successfully, even though it feels like there's also this sense that whatever it is has kind of worn you out. Take the time out to celebrate and be with people that you feel good with at the end of the year. I mean, it's going to be we have Christmas and New Year's Eve. Spirit is saying, take some time out, relax, and have fun. But be careful to surround yourself with people that appreciate you and value you, that you feel good with. Now is not the time to be with people that perhaps make you doubt or question yourself at all. That Three of Cups is paired with the Five of Cups. This is a card of focusing on loss, on grief, only on the negative. Often it's a card about being stuck in the past, on perhaps what you no longer have in your life or the things that you've lost in your life. But this isn't the Three of Cups, this is the Two of Cups. Whatever grief or loss these tipped over, spilled out cups represent, the advice is that there are still beautiful blessings, perhaps even still people in relationship situations in your life, which are still there to be appreciated and enjoyed and be grateful for. And you may be missing them because the challenge for you right now emotionally is in maintaining a balance and focusing also on the blessings that you still have in your life, and on opportunities which are still coming for you. So be vigilant against this energy. And it looks quite strongly like what's going to help you. And I feel like this is particularly more for people who are finding this time of year to be emotionally challenging. Try not to isolate yourself. Be vigilant against the temptation to just dwell on perhaps the loss and grief you may have experienced during the year, particularly with relationships. It looks like what's going to help you is acknowledgement, being valued and loved, both taking the time to do that yourself and by making sure that you spend time with people who also validate you and love you and appreciate you. With your crowning card being the World card, it's all about completion. It's all about acknowledging everything that you've done, Scorpio. Take some time off, take some time out, relax, validate yourself, spend time with people who appreciate you, love you, and value you, and acknowledge everything that you've done. You're coming to a completion stage in your life right now, Scorpio. And what an appropriate time to do it, because we're coming to the close of a year or two and looking forward into 2017. There are blessings in your life and opportunities that are coming. So, again, be vigilant against allowing yourself to feed too much negative energy into what no longer is, and instead on what you still have and what is coming for you, particularly as we head into the new year. Lovely energy. It's just the challenge is in, I think, for a lot of you, emotional balance and stability and taking care of yourself. So, Scorpio, that pretty much sums up the rest of December for you. I hope you have enjoyed this reading or found it useful somehow. I thank you very much for watching it. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks when we do the very first January 2017 general readings of the new year. I hope all of you have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, or as a gift for anyone else, or in the yearly overview and outlook, feel free to email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. And I hope to see you all again very soon in a couple of weeks. Bye bye.